What's up, y'all? So I've been riding today, rode to work and everything. I'm at 11.1 miles, and that puts me at 62% battery right now. And I've been doing everything I can to keep it under or right around 30 miles an hour on my speedometer, which is not truly 30 miles an hour because right now I'm running the 42 tooth sprocket. So let's go ahead and see what 30 miles an hour is real quick, because I got the app right here. I got it mounted on this sweet phone mount, and I got it hooked up to its charger, so everything's perfect. It can actually talk to me. Let's see if I can get it to do it. I gotta touch it.
8.
There we go, 8. But it doesn't notice my fingerprint with the gloves on every time. But anyhow, let's see what we're looking at. So at 10 miles an hour with the 42 tooth sprocket and the Shinko wheels, or Shinko tires rather, at 10 miles an hour we're doing, let's see, about 11, 12. All right, let's get up here and let's do 20 miles an hour. Let's go ahead and do 20 and see what that does on our app, which is GPS. Because when I'm doing distance range tests on this thing, I gotta factor in how much farther I'm traveling roughly than if you guys are tracking. So if the bike says I traveled 11 miles, I actually traveled probably more like 12, 13 miles now that I'm moving faster in every speed. Man, it's hard to see anything with the lighting right now. So right now, we're doing 20 miles an hour, and it's reading 22. Let's go ahead and knock it up to 30 and see what we get. It's probably hard to see anything with the lighting right now. This will be really good at night. You guys will be able to see what's going on here better. Alright, so I reset the GPS before this ride and I just did 30. I'm not going to go over 30 on the bike speedometer. Let's see what we got here. I haven't went over 30 at all yet on the bike. Let's see what it gets us in real time. "27 on the bike, 28, 29, 30. All right, so it looks like 30 miles an hour is actually about 32.5. Let's scroll over here. 32.9 was our top speed. Let's get off the road. 32.9 was our top speed. So with the 42 tooth sprocket, it looks like 30 miles an hour is actually about 32.5. Okay, let's do it one more time. Yes, sir. So 30 miles an hour is about 32.5, 32.6 miles an hour. So I'm probably going to make a conversion chart and write it down on my thing down here on my tank or something. Silver Sharpie's an excellent thing to have. But so now what I'm trying to figure out on today's ride is basically how much range can I get on this bike when I'm not going over 30 miles an hour, which is, you got to remember, that's a true 30, or actually higher, which is cool, because on the stock gearing with the 48 tooth sprocket, you're looking at like 25 miles an hour when it's reading 30, so your mileage is not accurate. So right now, let's do some math and figure out at 30 miles an hour, because we're going to say that's probably the accurate percentage for all around. Even if you're doing 20, it's probably roughly the same. So we got to figure out 32 miles an hour. I'm going to call my buddy who's a math genius, and I'm going to figure out how that would play out for mileage once we figure out our mileage here. So right now we're at 58% battery. Let's keep cruising, and I'm going to give you guys a true estimate of your mileage staying under 30 miles an hour. Right now we're at 12.3 miles on this charge and 58% battery. But what I'm saying is that 12.3 is not really 12.3. It's going to be more than that. So it's going to be more like 14 miles or something like that. But this is just interesting for people that are kind of like, I kind of like nerding out with this stuff just to figure out what I can get. Because I have a theory that running the 42 tooth, let's look at how little this thing is. I got a theory that running this 42 tooth sprocket in the back, if you're doing 25, which would actually be like 22 on the bike speed, that would be true 25. I have a feeling if you're doing like 25 miles an hour, or even maybe 30 where I'm at now, between 25 and 30, you're going to get pretty killer mileage with this sprocket. Now if you're doing real high, 50 miles an hour, because this thing will do 50 or 55, bound 52 to 55 with this gearing, real GPS speed. But if you're doing a lot of that, you're pulling a lot of amps, so don't expect to get the range. I think this setup's range is going to shine between 25 and 30 miles an hour. That's my theory. Anyhow, let's get some more riding in and see what kind of mileage we get. And then I'll probably give you guys some bonus footage on this video. You can stick around and check that out too. So let's just do that. All right, CJ Moto out. I think I just saw someone I know. CJ Moto, and we're still out riding. We're on that 42 tooth sprocket still. Doing a range test today. We've been sticking pretty much around 30 miles an hour, although I did stop and do like 550 wheelie practices. So anyhow, right now I'm at 17% battery. I don't know if you can see that, but anyhow, I'm at 17%, and then I had to do, so I figured out mathematically that this new sprocket goes basically 8% faster than the stock setup, or actually than what the speedo reads. So I have to take 8% and add it to my mileage. So I ended up with 25 miles right now on the clock, and if I take 25 times 0.08, I think that was like an additional 3 miles or something. So I'm at like 27 miles right now. It looks like I'm gonna get, I got 17% battery left. It looks like I'm probably gonna get about 30 to 32 miles, but we'll keep cruising around and see how we do. Well, we made it back. Oh, I'm freaking tired. We made it to 7% battery. Let's see here, 7%. I'm not even using my good mic right now. I'm too lazy. There, you can see it, maybe. 7%, and we got 31 miles on there. So, yep, 31 miles, 7%. So, there you go, guys. I'm going to have a beer and relax. CJ Moto out. 42 tooth sprocket. You can expect 32 miles down to 7%, cruising around 30 miles an hour and doing about 25-30 minutes worth of wheelie practice. Later.